Hey, what's up guys? As you can see, the title of this video is Thoughts on Battlefront. Now, having recently played the beta across both the PS4 and the Xbox One, I've had time to kind of formulate what my opinions on this are, and generally it is positive. It was a positive experience across both platforms. There is a bit of a disparity between the PS4 and the Xbox One in that the PS4 version runs at 900p, whereas the Xbox One runs at 720p, and you can definitely tell a difference in terms of the clearness of the visuals. Like, things in the distance in the Xbox One version will look fuzzy and not as good, and you definitely do notice a frame rate drop, especially in the AT-AT walker mode. When there's lots of things going on in a small area, you will see a pretty noticeable frame drop. I hope that these things can get fixed in the full release, but generally the fact that this beta is more of a demo than a real beta, it makes me think that that will be something that either gets fixed later on or maybe even doesn't. As in the way that BF4 was, a lot of the problems didn't get fixed up to a year after launch, so DICE doesn't exactly have the best reputation for being prompt about their fixing the shortcomings of their games, but they have been doing a pretty good job with Battlefield 4 and supporting it as long and as well as they have. But yeah, now into the actual thoughts on Battlefront. If I had to describe this game to someone, I would implore them to think about the movie Avatar. If you ask someone about the plot of Avatar, generally they're not going to be able to name it word for word because it's just not that important. It's not a key part of the experience. Going to Avatar is about experiencing the visuals, being immersed in the world, enjoying the disconnect from reality. And I'd say that Battlefront is like that exactly, where, yeah, the gameplay's fine, but it's not about that. It's about being able to be immersed in this amazing world and just experiencing all these things that you never thought would have been possible. And as compared to every other Star Wars game before this is amazing. It's so immersive, it looks so good, the audios are fantastic, and the fact that it's a playable game is just incredible. But there are issues. There's definitely compromises that have been made to stick to the authentic experience, and I think that some of these things we could have let go, because in the lead up to this game coming out, there were a lot of people talking about how they thought that it was just going to be Battlefield 4 with the Star Wars skin on top of it. And after playing the beta, I'm starting to wonder, is that really such a bad thing? Because do we really want to just discount Battlefield 4 as being a negative influence on the game? Because Battlefield 4 isn't, aside from the technical issues it had, it's an amazing game. It's a fantastic game that's had great longevity, has great well-established systems. So why do we need to throw those things in the wind? So let's look at the compromises that have been made to stick to a quote-unquote authentic Battlefront experience. No ADS penalty, no third-person penalty, partner system, so that's no 4-player squads, minimal equipment use. And I know there is a card system, but I mean, really, it's that is such a shallow system to put in. Now we have all these things that are made to be similar to the way that Battlefront used to work. But the thing is, Battlefront 2, as far as I'm concerned, came out in 2005. That's a long time. Do we really need to be making games that are similar to the 2005 counterparts? It's not. You can't make a game that's going to come out between Black Ops 3 and Halo 5 and try and compete with those two things if you're stuck in 2005, because every other game's moved past that. Halo, people like to say that Halo's archaic. It's moved past that. It's made compromises to stay competitive in this era of games. Black Ops 3 has made big changes to big changes for Call of Duty, which, I mean, don't get me started. in terms of their movement and adding specialists and stuff to try and keep up with this new era of gaming. And I don't think that having these power-ups on the map and stuff like that, while it is cool, it's not probably not the best way to go about things. I would think that if you could have those power-ups tied to actual performance in the game, like if you're in a short, like either in a short period of time, if you manage to do the best, like you could have allocated periods of time within the match, and whoever's performed the best in that period of time in terms of kills or objective captures or whatever criteria you wanted to establish, they could be the person that becomes Darth Vader or Luke or whatever, instead of just picking the person that's number one or someone that just randomly finds it around the ground. The other thing is the cards. The cards, there is going to be... You can have 3 cards, right? So let me just... If you haven't played the beta, you can have 3 cards. And you can pick things like... You can pick like a grenade, you can pick a sniper rifle, you can pick a personal shield, you can pick a power-up that it's called Ion Shot that lets you do more damage to vehicles and turrets and stuff. And it's just... There will be a clear 3 best cards unless they try and balance things, and that card system is really shallow, and it makes me wonder if instead of going a single weapon route, maybe they should have gone a 2 weapon route and then had just some other way of working out the card. I don't think the card system is a very well thought out, in-depth system. It's just not. It's very shallow. It's just, if you've played the game, you can definitely feel and understand how this game is aimed towards the lowest common denominator. And I normally rag on Call of Duty for aiming for the low common denominator, but this is like a new step of like wanting to get people that don't even have thumbs to do well at the game. And I feel like maybe if we... I don't want to be the guy that just offers no alternative, but I don't think that system is good for the game, and I know that a whole system is not going to get replaced in the limited time between the end of the beta and release. But if this game does do well enough and there is a Battlefront 2, or next gen Battlefront 2, maybe this is something that could be fixed, because I think what we may notice that when this game comes out is that it will probably do pretty well at release, but a month after release, how many people could you possibly expect to still be playing this? I don't think there'll be many. I think it'll maintain a core audience of people that are just really into Star Wars, but I think that, the last decent Battlefront game last decent Star Wars game was out in 2005. I don't think that there's much of that core audience left. There will be one, but it will be very small. I think if you wanted to make an analogy with what you can expect this game to end up being, it'll be like Evolve. If I had to make an approximation, I would say it'd be like Evolve. The gameplay will be awesome, everyone will love it for about 2 weeks, and then it will be dead. And I really do hope that it does sell well enough to the point that we can expect a Battlefront 2, because I think that if you could take this formula where they have these awesome visuals, the audio, the authenticity, and you could just make the gameplay, just make it, don't copy and paste Battlefield, but just give it a level of complexity and depth equivalent to Battlefield. I think that would be a really awesome game. That would be a competitor to Halo and Call of Duty and the other big shooters out right now. But the thing is that in making it a competitor to those big games, it makes me wonder if this game is being kept so casual to not compete with the Battlefield series. That's something that makes me wonder. Like, are they trying to position each of these games at either end of the spectrum so they avoid cannibalizing their own market space? I'm pretty sure everyone that'll play Battlefield will play Battlefront, or at least a significant portion will. But I don't know. That's up to you to think about. That does make sense to me. So I've just got a few other points about cons. Is that there's a very low skill ceiling for this game. There's not really a lot of techniques and skills that you can master that are going to help you improve. Like, yes, they have that optional sniper rifle card that if you practice with it, it could you could get good with that, but I mean, apart from that, there's really not much. You have the grenades. Everything is just aimed to getting people easy kills. Like the grenades have little to no fuse time. Some of the weapons are clearly overpowered. Like the heavy blaster is just infinitely better than all the other guns in close quarters. There's little to no depth in customization. When the full game comes out, I really hope there are more than 4 weapons, because I know that they've let everyone know that there's obviously more to what's there than what's available in the beta, but there really needs to be. If it's not going to have depth in terms of gameplay, you need to have just a ton of shit that you can unlock, because otherwise it's just going to be nothing. And I know there's definitely going to be cosmetic stuff that you can unlock, but that's not enough to hold everyone. Like, not everyone gives a shit about that. Yeah, so that's basically my thoughts. If you've made it to the end of this long ass video, I would implore you to go give the beta a go before it ends, and just experience it and make your own decision about if you'd like to spend $80 on this. I think with all the games coming out, between Fallout 4, Halo 5, Black Ops 3, and anything else that's coming out that I'm probably forgetting and not really paying attention to, because I don't really give that much of a shit about it. But if you might give a shit about anything else that's coming out time, think about those games, think about how many hours you got out of those games, and then compare it to what you'd get out of this. I think that Battlefront will offer a lot less value for your money in terms of hours per dollar. So, I don't know. Play the beta. If it's worth it to you, maybe give it a go. If you're a bit on the fence, maybe just wait and read the reviews, listen to what people say, have a look at how much content there is. And if even that's not that appealing, just wait till it goes on sale and pick it up, if it's not completely dead by that time. Okay, so thanks for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, all that stuff. Okay, thanks.